The role of the vice president started out small, but it has gradually expanded under both Republican and Democratic governments. For instance, Walter Mondale, who served as the vice president between 1977 to 1981, was given his own office in the West Wing of the White House by his President Jimmy Carter. This was to make Mondale an integral part of President Carter's inner circle. The tradition continues till today. However, before that, vice presidents had to work out of a building across the street from the White House. Over the years, some vice presidents have taken their role to a whole another level. This includes someone from not too distant past, Dick Cheney, one of the most powerful vice presidents of all time. It was September 11, 2001, when Al-Qaeda terrorists hijacked 4 commercial planes in the United States, and 2 planes had already hit the World Trade Center. President George W. Bush was evacuated on Air Force One, and he could not be reached due to spotty network. At that time, Cheney had no option left but to take charge, and from the bunker, he authorized to shoot down any plane attempting another attack. The hijacked planes, of course, carried American civilians. Luckily, the order did not need to be carried out. But this vital decision showed how important a U.S. vice president really is. More recently, Donald Trump's Vice President Mike Pence had to make one of the most crucial decisions in the history of U.S. politics. In 2021, the House of Representatives called on him to strip Trump of power and become the acting president in the wake of the Capitol Hill riots.
I joined the Senate Democratic leader in calling on the Vice President to remove this president by immediately invoking the 25th Amendment. If the Vice President and the Cabinet do not act, the Congress may be prepared to move forward with impeachment.
However, Pence proved to be a loyal ally of Trump and avoided taking that action. Though he did infuriate Trump by announcing Joe Biden's victory and putting an end to his president's futile efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election.
The votes for President of the United States are as follows. Joseph R. Biden, Jr. of the state of Delaware has received 306 votes. Donald J. Trump of the state of Florida has received 232 votes.
Vice presidents in modern history are no longer the last voice in the room for the U.S. president. They are leaders who time and again restore public trust in the government, unlike the president. A vice president has no fixed limit on terms and can serve forever.
Team that actually has a
That's why today running mates are scrutinized by the voters much more closely than in the past. So who will be the next Vice President of the United States? Tim Walz or J.D. Vance? We will find out in November.
This is the U.S. presidential race, where numbers matter, policies matter, but so do the optics. This is a grand theater of politics, where, like with any theatrical display, amid the pomp and pageantry, costumes can make all the difference. Why is that? And how do the candidates use it to their advantage?
Her biggest advantage is that she's a beautiful woman.
Don't you find some of their stuff to just be plain weird?
I'm a better looking person than Kamala.